Gentlemen, welcome back to the homestead. Today I've got an exciting video for you. We're going to be working on the woodshed, doing the interior walls finally. Now, I did a little sample back there with the initial spacing, and when I did a count of the 2x4s that I actually have on hand, I'm going to run short if I have that tight of spacing. So we're going to open it up a little bit so that we don't run out. Let's take a look at our materials and then we'll figure out what the spacing will be and see if we can't get these interior walls done today. I've laid out all the 2x4s I have on hand. These are at a minimum 12 feet, so that means we can get two pieces out of each one, and we got a total of 42. Now that wouldn't cover the whole area, and that's why we're going to need to open up that spacing. But these are full dimension, rough cut Douglas fir, the tree of my people, the best tree in the world. When I originally put these boards up, I was thinking the spacing that looked kind of nice was about what I have here, which turned out to be 1.5 inches. Now the reason why on a woodshed that we have the walls like this is we want to have maximum airflow. We want to have the wood that's going to be put in here is most likely going to be green, and through the summer we want air moving in every direction to drive all that moisture out so the wood is good and seasoned for fall. Let's use the southwest bay here to mock up and figure our spacing. Now what I think will look best is having equal empty voids on the main columns. And then so that would basically bring our first picket in here at what, 4 inches, and then figure the spacing equal between them so that they're all the same. So we'll use one of these here. I'll make some marks and we'll put our first 2 up and then space them out. With those 2 placed, we need to figure our spacing. Now, a smart man could use some maths and figure this out, but as a product of public school education, I don't have an education, so I have to do things kind of analog. Well, it definitely has a different look, but I don't mind it. It looks like a traditional woodshed. This would be pretty standard spacing. Actually, you know, the more as I had it tight there before, I've looked at it for several months, I was wondering, is that a little bit tight? You know, it would be nice to have a little bit more airflow. I like the look of it, but I think that this makes more sense. I think we'll go with this. These turned out to be 3 1/4 in between. So to have some uniformity, I think that this is the way to go. We'll start off each bay with that full 4-inch width, so they're all uniform and then the same. And I'll just have to do the math and figure what the spacing would be so it's equal between all of them, because that's what West Coast man does. Now, East Coast man, he'd probably just go and put some free pallets and staple them together. He'd use plywood and all manner of blue tarps for his woodshed, but we do things different out here, and we are all about quality. To secure these 2x4s to the frame, I'm using these 3-inch Torx flathead timber screws. I like the look of them, these little black dots all in uniform. They absolutely give me the fizz. Yeah, gentlemen, I think that works. Now that I can see the whole front done, that looks like a proper woodshed to me. All right, well, with that spacing figured out, let's get to work. We're gonna have to get some production going here to get everything cut to length, laid out for the screws, and then that's gonna be the time consuming part. The putting it up is actually gonna go pretty quick. Jack's home for the weekend.